Hi, I'll be right there. Okay, dogs. Hush. Hush.
Why is everybody barking?
Oh, I'm on live. Just not on camera yet. Oh. I'll be right there. Oh, you're too sweet. I forgot to put a placeholder. So I said, oh, you better start it because they won't be able to find you. Oh, good. Oh, that's wonderful. I can't wait to see. Yes, and I keep a bolt of interfacing, fusible interfacing handy at all times because oh my gosh, if you start doing that stuff without having it on the back, doesn't it? It changes everything. Okay. I am here. Hello, hello, hello. It's probably going to be a while before anybody can figure out where we are. I totally forgot I normally, when I finish a live stream, I right away go and start a second stream and get it set up for the next week. Well, with being out of town last week, totally forgot. Yeah, you found out the hard way, didn't you? And don't you hate that? Because, it takes just as much work to have something. Hi, Carol. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. You go on to bed. Take good care of yourself. Thanks for letting me know. And let me know when you feel better so I won't worry. Okay, sweetheart? That's wonderful. You please just crawl in bed and get nice and comfy. Yes, I had a busy day myself yesterday. And tonight when it was time to get ready, I was like, oh, gee, I don't know. And, but yesterday I had jewelry duty for half a day and then went and got a double vaccination. I got the flu and my fifth COVID. the brand new booster that's supposed to fight Omicron and B4 and 5 variants. So I'm hoping that works. So anyway, but feel better, Miss Carol. And I'll give another shout out to Miss, well, hold on. I'm going to remember her name. It's not Denise. Oh, now I forgot. And now I'm going to hurt her feelings. I don't mean that. My dear friend from France. I found out she's from France. And Danielle. There we go. I'm sorry, Danielle. I just forgot for a few minutes. But, oh, Miss Carol's great, isn't she? And I wanted to tell you, Miss Mary, every time I get an email from you or I see your name on here, I just automatically smile. You have brought such joy to me on this site. And I love telling people because it means a lot. You give out a lot and, and when you get it back, like Miss Carol, it's so nice. So take care, sweetie. Stay warm. All right. So when I finish this, Mary, I'm going to try to edit out the first little bit when I wasn't here. But this is why I did that. I said, this is really odd that I'm doing this. But I thought since I didn't have a placeholder set up, I said, people aren't going to see where to go to find me. And I thought, well, I'm not ready yet. But I said, if I don't do it now, when it'll take forever for people to find me. So that's why I did that. Michelle Lang, honey. Oh, okay, sweetheart. Yeah, I was just worried about you. And I thought, I haven't kept up with Miss Michelle for a while. But, oh, I tell you, yesterday I went and did my first ever. Oh, that's fine, hon. That's no problem. I just wanted to make sure I touched base with you just to see how you were doing because you're such a dear. And you're not a complainer. So sometimes we have to ask, are you okay? You're very stoic, In fact, Mary, I got to tell on Michelle is not a big hugger. Well, I'm a big hugger. And Michelle would go, oh, you're going to hug me, aren't you? So if you ever see me in person, I'm liable to just hug you. So anyway, oh, what a mess. But I'm working on this. Ooh, I just looked at this and realized I've got to edit something. I put a flower in place of the mouth, but the flower's a little bit big. Oh, thank you, Miss Michelle. I so miss you coming over here and sewing. Gosh, sometime in life you think, oh, you'll have something there forever. And then it's gone and you really, really miss it. So Betty Middleton, hi, sweetie. Aw, all back from visiting family. Are you as tired as I am? I tell you what, travel's all great and everything, but it's tiring. And what I find is I can do those things still, but it takes so much out of me. And then it takes me at least a week to try to get back to some kind of normal. Yes, thank you, Betty, because I was going to say, is it just me? Because you always think, well, if you were in better shape, maybe you wouldn't be so exhausted. But, oh, my goodness. So, yesterday, which would have been a week from being, I was back Wednesday night at 6 p.m. a week ago, and I had jury duty yesterday. And I've never actually gone in for jury duty because they always said, oh, nope, not needed, when you do the little call-in thing. And I actually had to go in yesterday. And I thought, oh, I'm so tired. You deliberately made your lips I love that, Miss Mary. Well, I'll show you what I did to my lips. I was trying to figure out how it could make it, I could prove that, yeah, she talks a lot, but I'm not sure. So I might do just a little trim it up. I was thinking, maybe I should do something that looks like it's flapping, like, bird wings or something, like, gosh, that mouth is always flapping. But, oh my gosh, I couldn't figure it out. It'd be great if I could put like a little battery powered mouth that just did this. Hi, Barbara Smith. It's so good to see you. Yeah, and you know what? The thing I think I'm most proud of, well, Jody gave me the hint of having Kiwi parachuting in. Because, when I would bring Kiwi down, which I will again soon, but Kiwi got to the point where Kiwi decided Kiwi's going to be on my shoulder whether I wanted her to or not. So I thought that was funny when I credit Jody with the parachuting bird. And then, I love the eyes that I did because, I love flowers. And I love that these were blue flowers with some yellow in them because I always thought I used to have blue eyes, but unfortunately they've kind of changed over time. So when I saw the pansies that were blue with yellow in them, I thought, okay, I can do that. So, and then I'll get ready and show you that. But Jody thought of a list of things that were so cute, but executing them might be tricky because she's so talented. But I just wanted to show y'all something real fast. I think I told y'all that my middle finger here, which I'm going to be very careful when I show, has gotten that trigger finger thing, which is the tendon in it. It might have a lump on it, but the tendon gets caught, and sometimes when I bend it, it gets stuck like that. And so I've been wearing a brace at night, and I hate the totally stiff one. It's just uncomfortable, but they've got a little liner brace that I really like because it's soft and it still works. Well, Mark got these in recently from his job, and I said, oh, I want those because it's pretty much the same material of the inner liner. It's like, whoops, sorry, I got a glue on my finger. It's like some kind of spongy cloth, stretchy, spongy, but not too stretchy. And I said, I want that. And I'm going to make a bunch of little soft finger braces. And usually that's all it takes. It's just for me to keep that finger kind of straight at night. And it takes a long time. Once that tendon gets inflamed, it takes a while before your hand gets better. So I just thought I'd tell you, if any of you are having those problems with it, it can be any of your fingers. Think about these koozies and making yourself, because all I have to do is stitch down this side, then cut it loose. And then at night, just slip it on my finger while I'm sleeping. And so I just thought I would point that out. Oh, Jody, I didn't know if you would be there. She is so brave. Jody, I got your email this afternoon, and I want to go back over and read it again because Jody's working very hard to get well. The latest treatment has done a number on her. So everyone keep your hearts with Jody. Also, if you don't mind, on this January, September 8th, I just wanted to give a shout out to the royal family. The world has lost a wonderful, wonderful woman. And with Mark having been born in Canada, he's always said, she's my queen. And so we're sad. We're sad that we lost her. And now we've got to get used to saying King Charles. That's going to take a little while. But anyway, somehow, I don't know about y'all, but I kind of thought somehow she'd be there forever. So she's the only monarch that I've known in England. Well, not know her personally, but you feel like you do because she's so steadfast in there. So I'm thinking of her dear family because that's always, it's hardest for the family. You know, they've got to move forward and go on. So anyway, you like King Charles? But so anyway, okay, I'm working on this, and Miss Jody, let's see if Miss Jody recognizes something on here that she suggested. Does she recognize anything? I thought that was so cute. I just couldn't resist. So let's get over here. And I apologize. I forgot to make a placeholder since I wasn't here last week on Thursday. I totally forgot. So, yep, Kiwi's parachuting in. And I put him parachuting towards my shoulder because it made me think about the last time I had him on the show, and he kept insisting, or she kept insisting on being on my shoulder and biting me. So she'll be back again really soon. She's upstairs. I've been opening her cage, and even though her flight feathers have grown back, she's very hesitant to fly. So she comes out and crawls around her cage and loves when I come over. And she's like, "You're not going to put me in, are you?" No, you can stay out. And it's so cute. Every once in a while, she'll go over to Finney's cage. He's the cockatiel. And she just thinks he's beautiful. But he's like, I like you from a distance. You can go back over now. So they're really cute together. I do know that even though he keeps a distance, he likes having another bird in the house. So, all right. Well, let's get ready. Oh, honey, that you were so cute. And I was even thinking, how do I show the fact that my world is constantly spinning so fast? Because, oh my gosh, I swear my brain does not slow down. But anyway, yesterday I had jury duty for half a day, and then Mark and I went around five in the afternoon. We went and got our flu shot and our brand new COVID, the one that is effective with Omicron and B4 and 5 variants. Yay. The first day they were given the shots, and we made an appointment right away. So I'm kind of hoping that it can take some of the fear out of life. You know, it's like, come on, I'm ready. And but anyway, we're doing really, really good. They were able to put both shots in the same arm. They just put them a few inches apart. And I got sore a little quicker this time, but it's barely sore now. When I took a shower and washed my hair a couple of hours ago, I thought, oh, let's see what happens. Piece of cake. So anyway, okay, well, let me show you what I've got, guys. But if any of you are worried about getting the shots at the same time, please do not worry, because, in fact, I read today that they said next year they think they're going to have the flu and the Omicron as one shot. So, yay. Oh, we love our Jody so much, so much. And I just can't wait for her to feel better. Brave lady. So, okay, I had to put a chin in because it looked like I was just disappearing into my shirt. So anyway, what I've got so far, I put a butterfly up here because I love blue swallowtail butterflies. And that's just to show how much I love butterflies. And then I did a headband. Luckily, I already had this made. So I just took and put it in place, glued it in place. And hold on. I just saw a place where it was sticking out rudely. I need to sharpen these scissors. These are my old scissors, and so I use them for everything. And unfortunately, they're dull. So, okay, here we go. Come on, Deb. So here is my headband. I've got to re-glue the tip of this. The thing I liked is I love flowers. Gardening was my first passion. So I took and put pansies for my eyes, and it kind of worked neat. That kind of looked like the irises. And then I put a big flower for my mouth. And, I'm always talking, so I needed to have a big mouth. Then I'm starting to put some things in of my love of nature. Of course, I've got a flamingo in there. Here is another. In fact, it says nature because I love nature. And then I've got a big heart on my left chest that has an M on it from Mark. And I'm going to do more about him, but I'm just starting now. Then over here, I was thinking, how do I do my children and grandchildren? What I did is I put some branches on the tree. Get it? Family tree. Put some branches. And here's my one daughter and her two kids. And my other daughter and her two kids. Uh-oh. Well, maybe I saved this to show you. And this, because I kept telling myself, Deb, don't glue them on. You should do that when you're on camera. But it's hard for me to do that. So here we go. So this, and then this is my son and his two children. So I've got the children and the grandchildren on the tree for my family tree. So, what did I do with the lid? Okay, get this on there. I hope you guys are having a good week. So, okay. One of the things, I'll show you some things I've gathered. I've gathered this sewing fabric. There's the sewing machine. I want to cut a sewing machine out of this and make, some of these sewing tools, because we know that sewing is a big, big, big part of my life. I've got a little snippet of school fabric because I was a substitute teacher for a few years back in Maryland. So that'll go on. I absolutely adore the Grinch and Dr. Seuss. So that's going to go on. My very favorite flower is a peony. And I didn't have a peony flower, but I'm going to take 2 pieces of this rose and try to make it look like a peony. So that's going to go on it somewhere. Here are already some sewing things that I've got to put on. And I've got some more geraniums if I wanted more flowers. And here are a few more pansies. I've got some Jenny Beyer fabric, but I haven't thought of yet how to put Jenny Beyer. So I don't want to just stick the fabric. I might try to make a book with her fabric. My very favorite artist is Norman Rockwell. So I'm going to put this on it somewhere. Then I thought, I love apples, grapes. I love flowers, sunflowers. So I've got this pulled out. I've got another butterfly. I love monarch butterflies. So I've got that. I love Dr. Seuss and Christmas. So I've got this I can put on somewhere. Let me see. Okay. Oops. I'm missing. Hold on. Oh, here we go. And then I picked this out. I built the last house we had in Maryland. I was a general contractor. And so I've got a ladder and work boots to put in. And then I'm going to put a house shape in. And hi, Charlene Piper. We don't care one bit you're late, sweetheart. So anyway, And then, these beautiful flowers, besides loving these colors. So that's more of what I want to add to this. And when I quilt it, I'm probably going to name some things. Like, instead of just quilting, what I will probably do is do writing in the background, just very subtle. He's trending big. Yes, I love him. So I will probably then, whoops, no, better keep cutting. I will probably write things in there, names of people, things I love. And this will be a little, I'm thinking, this will be something that if you were to see this, you could kind of figure out who I am and where I am. But I'm thinking of putting these Christmas lights along the very top. I'd love to be able, oh, there we go. I was going to say, I hate cutting fabric. I'd much rather rip it. So that would be enough there. Okay. But I just kind of went through my scraps and thought, what do I want to do? I just hadn't pulled it hard enough. So I went through my scraps trying to figure out what do I do. And I've got all kinds. I've got so many more ideas. This thing is probably going to be completely covered up. So, because I was worried about how I would do making kiwi. Oops, I ironed kiwi up. Hold on. But you know what? I just got some green fabric and cut him out and put some cute little drawings on him. And it works great. Yeah, the Grinch. I just love the Grinch. I just love him. It's so funny. I went to a workshop and it was for getting over abuse you had as a child. And so I was telling them about Mark, that when you have had a very punitive parent, you can become afraid of authority figures. And so I said, Mark's very assertive and it's really hard on me. I'm not quite sure how to take him. And so we happened to be sitting there. They told us to bring a stuffed animal that we loved best for whatever reason. And so the woman running the workshop said, tell us about the stuffed animal you brought with you. Well, guess what it was? It was the Grinch. She said, why do you like the Grinch so much? And I said, well, because he's very honest about who he is. She goes, oh, okay. And I said, he's honest and he knows what he wants and doesn't want, but he can change when he has to. And then all of a sudden the light bulb went on and I went, aha. And that taught me, yeah, you like to know where you stand with people. It helps you to feel safe. So I've always loved that story. It was a long time ago, and it's still a wonderful story. So here we go. All right, take good care, sweetheart. Take good care, Michelle. So there is that. So now, the one thing that I'm going to have to think about while doing this is where do I put certain things? And since my brain is always spinning, always so busy, I thought of kind of having things scattered out in the sky. I don't know. I just don't know. But that's going to be the toughest thing for me. And right now, honestly, I'm liking just gluing it on instead of trying to use a fusible. But I thought I could make myself a big necklace to go here. In fact, I could have put the Christmas balls around as a necklace. So when you're working on yours, just relax, play with it. Although, you know what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to find some beads and put real beads for the necklace. That's what I'm going to do instead of cutting out the shapes. But let me see. I like this ladybug. I think I'm going to, and it reminds me of when Diana Wright, who we miss, she always called me Ladybug. And I absolutely adored that. So I think I'm going to put this on here. But when you're doing yours, I am so glad that when I read about making these, they said, don't make it literal. Don't make it literal. Just have fun with it. And you know what? They were right. Because when you just have fun with it, it frees you up to find, to explore and come up with things about yourself that it just makes it easier. If you're trying to do a literal portrait, you get so bogged down. I think the ladybug's going to be right there on my shoulder. So, okay, let me get this come in just a little. Let me see. Whoop. Okay, let me come down a little bit more. Okay, here we go. All right, whoa. I need to tighten up that one joint. So, let's see. Whoops, Kiwi's coming up. Let me put Kiwi back down a little. And I just took permanent or fabric markers, like right here for Kiwi, for the strings, for the parachute and the little features on him. Just use markers. And that's easy. But actually, I have a lot of space. So, you know, I'm not sure where to put this flower because I want it to show. But I might, that's what I'm thinking about. Whoops, now I know I need to come back out. Okay. That's why I'm wondering. I don't know. Jody gave me great ideas of, like, you know, I can use the water. I could put one of my favorite things out in the water in a inner tube or a boat, you know, something like that. So I need to make myself a little hammer and a paintbrush and a little house. And oh gosh, I got to tell you. So when I was up visiting my daughter, she's real good on social media. She found a picture of the house, the house that I was the general manager of, general contractor, pardon me. And they took out one of the doors in one of the porches. I was like, oh my goodness. And I put in a side door. The plan called for the house to have a library, but being that we had a small farm there, so the kids had livestock, and we had chickens and ducks and sheep and goats and 2 horses. Well, what I did is instead of that library, I put a side door on the house and had it be a side entry laundry room where they could come in and dump their dirty shoes before they came into the rest of the house. I thought that was brilliant. But evidently these people didn't, and they took that door out, took that little side porch away, and that was that. So it's funny, people, you know, they see the house to be something entirely different. So that's cute. You helped. Yeah, it did help you to have fun just by having fun with it. Yep, I think that's exactly right. I think I would have been so worried about getting skin tone just right or getting hair just right. And In fact, oh gosh, Mary, we absolutely love, before we go, I want to remember to show Mary's self-portrait because it is so cute. And putting the tulle and stuff for the hair was a brilliant idea. Just brilliant. So maybe I'll just kind of sit here and cut out some of this stuff while we talk. And if you figure out something that, feel free to give me any good ideas. Because like I said, I absolutely love Jody's ideas. I've got to put my grommet boy, my bestest driving buddy, I've got to put him in here. And I was thinking, well, I could get some of that fabric and print on it and all that. But then I really liked when I made Kiwi by myself. And so I think I'm going to try not to just print things and put them on, but challenge myself to recreate the things. Does that make sense? So because I really, really liked making Kiwi. And that was a lot of fun. And I wouldn't have liked it that much if I had just printed out a picture of him. Anybody could do that. So, but these, I'm going to just see how to make this look more like I don't want it to have the regular with the open center because peonies, I know I always say it wrong, but although I found it's one of the correct pronunciations, but most people in the country call it something different. But that's my very favorite flower. So now I have that. And I'll have to figure out. Oh, and I love cherries. Love, love, love cherries. So I want to make sure I got enough light over here. So I've got to figure out how to cut things out. And I'm hoping that'll look like, maybe I can make a little schoolhouse and put this on the schoolhouse. Oh, these are great flowers. Look at those. You say peonies. 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 Yeah, it's so hard to know. And another word I can't say is rural. That's very hard for me to pronounce. But here's a ladder, but I'm just got to figure out. And these are going to be fun. So I'll kind of figure out how I'm going to put these on. But there's so many things when you start thinking, what things do I love? And it's kind of fun to think of the things you love because once you start on it, it's like, wow. And you can do like, okay, what is my favorite food? What is my favorite flower? What is my favorite way to spend time? What is my favorite author, artist, all of that good stuff. And boy, once I got started down that road, there were a lot of things. So, oh gosh, I saw an interesting movie on Netflix the other day, guys. It was, it was with the Hugh Bonneville from Downton Abbey, and he's a serial killer. Oh my gosh. So, it's not horribly scary, but it's a little scary. So, it's a little scary. But anyway, I watched that. I watched the whole thing. I was supposed to be going to sleep, and I ended up watching the whole thing. So I definitely look at him a little differently now. But, okay. So just cutting out little scissors. I want to cut this out better because the white fabric is a little too stark. You love rock music, but couldn't put it on the quilt the way you wanted. Oh, Jody. We'll ask Jody, how do you represent rock music on a quilt? Yes. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, because oh man, I used to love Chicago, Elton John, oh, Brad. Oh my goodness, there were so many. I have to figure all that out. James Taylor. Wow. Maybe I'll do some Fire and Rain. But but anyway, and I do apologize if I seem a little tired. Yesterday I had to be downtown at the courthouse at 8 a.m. Well, ladies, I don't ever wake up before 10 a.m. unless I have to because I'm a night owl. So it's really hard. I just can't get to sleep earlier and then having to be down there at 8 a.m. and just being nervous about having never actually served jury duty. So I just felt like, oh, when I call, they'll say, we don't need you. But nope, they said, we need all 200 and some of you. Oh, really? But what, y'all said the same thing. Hi, Laura. Flex time. Oh my gosh. Where about in the world, where's the general area you live in about flex time? Because I hadn't heard of that. Oh my goodness. I've heard of water shortages and things. Wow. Yeah, I like more mellow music. I was not a rock and roller. Oh, that is so cute. Hi, Michelle the Quilter. Hi, sweetie. There you go. Rocks and musical notes. I love it. That works. Yeah, I was definitely, more mellow, and I was in the high school band and the marching band and everything. So I just wasn't one of those, I forget what we called them back then, heavy metal people or, I liked the song Stairway to Heaven at dances because I could dance longer with my boyfriend because I love the slow dancing, let me tell you. Oh, gosh, that is so funny. That is so, so funny. But, yep. Good old days, let me tell you. In fact, in 2 more years, it'll be my 50th high school reunion. How in the world did that happen? I mean, what have I been doing that much time has passed? So, but you know what? I think you switch over and say, if I'm alive to go to it, that's a good thing. Aw. Oh, that's nice. You love Brad, Michelle, and you were in the high school band too. Yes, I was a clarinet player. And then I got tired. I loved the marching band, but I got tired of having to carry the clarinet, and I kept busting my lip with the clarinet. So let me see if I can find something. Hold on, guys. Oh, let me see if it's still in here. It might not be in here any longer. If I can't find it, I'll find it by Sunday. But, yeah, I'm not seeing it. Darn it. For whatever reason, it was in this drawer for the longest time. And, I found it. Are you ready for this? Okay, just remember, a lot has changed in 50 years. A whole lot. This was me in high school. So that's what I decided I wanted to do once I got tired of marching with the clarinet. a lot has changed. Oh, God, I just have to laugh when I see that. You know what? I would give anything to go back to that body for just one day. You did baton too? Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so neat. Yeah, when I was watching the twirlers, I thought, that's what I want to do. I don't want to. Well, let me show you this picture again. Not just because I look good, but but look at the people in the uniforms back there. Here's Kevin Kroll. She was a clarinet player. Do you see they were wool heavy uniforms with like a vinyl vest on them? They were hot and heavy. And so I taught myself how to twirl baton and said, I'm going to be one of those. So that's what I did. And it was fun. Well, I tell you what was hard. We marched one time in Pennsylvania at Veterans Stadium because the band we were in, we were good. We had a very strict band director who we adored. And we were like top on the East Coast. We were so good. And so we marched at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia in November. And there was an inch of snow on the ground. And that's all I was wearing, that little one-piece bathing suit with the little thin vinyl boots. And it was so cold. And if the baton hit your fingers, you thought they would shatter. It was so cold. Oh, God. Yes, those wool, heavy, nasty. And be careful with those plumes. You know, they're expensive. In fact, in that picture, we had plastic taped to our knee, or they did, because they had to go down on one knee during part of the routine. But we had a huge high school, and there were over 150 band members. And now I'm going down, bathing suit in the snow. But you know what's funny? You learn during that time to just shut off and not feel the cold. And even to this day, it helps me now. But what was I going to say? Something, if the baton hits your hands when they're that cold, you just think they're just going to shatter and fall apart. But, I loved that time. And even though I was very shy, but I liked being in, on one of only 7 majorettes. That was cool. I did enjoy that. So, oh, I know. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? In fact, my grandson is now in marching band. I finally have. All 3 of my children were in marching band. And I told him it was the best experience. It gives you a family in high school, gives you an identity. You're working for something as a group. That's important. And so I finally got a grandchild in the band, and I'm so excited. So, I kind of thought it was, but I never would have admitted it. I was way too shy. But oh, good Lord, those are some fun memories. She had you in baton, tap. Oh my gosh, Jody, that's amazing. No, I never. I would have loved to have done tap dancing and all. Gymnastics, I was a little afraid of, but that is awesome. That is awesome. So, yes, we were the Marching Cavaliers, and my uniform was red, and my nickname, I found out, was Big Red, and I'm not going to talk about that anymore. You can figure it out for yourself, but I guess that was kind of fun. So, okay, I will come back next Thursday, and we'll finish up our Wacky Self Portraits. I'll try to have more things done and figure out how I can incorporate all the things I love. And now I guess I'll put a baton on there. And, thank you, sweetie. Thank you. And let me see. I got to wear I could toss it in the air and turn around twice. So I thought that was cool. But I felt like in some ways an imposter since I was mostly self-taught. I was trying to stay one step ahead of everybody, and say, yeah, I'm a matrette, sure. Oh, I knew it, yeah. Oh, that is so neat. 12 years of cap, Charlene. Wow. Oh, that is, I love all. Jody, she's still so talented, isn't she? So I will finish this up, and what I'm going to do is see if I have time to work on Gromit's portrait, because that's really important too. But you got to twirl a rifle. Oh my gosh. See, we had a drill team, and they did the rifles and things like that. And they wore like cute little skirts and a cute little like cowboy hat. It was really cute. And I had a best girlfriend that was in the color guard. And then my boyfriend was a football player and did band, and then a best girlfriend was sax player. It was like my whole world revolved around band. And what a great time it was. What a great time. You love the idea of these wall hangings. My favorite thing, yeah, I think it's kind of nice to do a self-portrait. We usually, when we make things, when we create, we're doing them as gifts for people. It's not often that we just purely do something just for us. This is a great way. I'm hoping one of my kids might want to hang on to this. And so it's kind of a way of saying, I was here and I mattered. And I think that's a wonderful, wonderful idea. So I'm going to finish this one. Next week, I'll show you what I've done. It made you feel really good. Oh, good. And it's nice to be able to say, yeah, I matter. This is me. These are all the things I love. It's nice, too, to look at the things you love. And let me show Mary's before we go anywhere. I've got to show you Miss Mary. So let me bring it up, Mary. I was so tickled to see when she sent me a picture. I was like, wow. And Sunday, I've got plenty of pictures to show you. Jody has sent me some more work on her beautiful Wicked Witch. So, all right, let me go see Miss Mary's folder. I have all these folders on my computer with your names on it. Isn't that cool? All right, here we are. Let me show you Miss Mary's portrait. It is so precious. Look at that. And I found out that's not a donut on her head. That's a halo, because she's an angel. But look, she loves cruises. She wrote me an email and told me all the things. And I was thinking of Sunday, so I need to write them down. But Miss Mary, you can feel free to tell it. But is that just the cutest? Oh gosh, I love that. So please, if you make we love any of your artwork, but especially if you do a Wacky Self Portrait, we will love seeing it. So isn't that fun? I got so excited when she sent it. It was like, yay. All right, everybody. Well, y'all are the absolute best. I'm sorry, I'm so tired, but not sleeping well, having to get up and go do jury duty. And it was a little emotional, honestly. They have to ask you lots of questions to see if you can be a fair and impartial jury member. And depending on what the crime is, you might have life experiences that would preclude you from being a good jury member. And that was a problem I had. In fact, there were a couple other women who had it too. And so it was a little emotional, And so I was finally excused around lunchtime. I was so happy. It was like part of me was fascinated with what the system is. But then part of me was like, you know what? I tend to, I have really bad claustrophobia, which means I, knowing I have to be there and I have to be in that seat and I can't move about on my own free will can set off my claustrophobia. And then talking about a painful time of your life isn't always fun either. So, but I was glad to come home and just relax a little bit. And I had both of my flu shot and my COVID booster. And as you can see, doing great. So hopefully Mark and I will have a healthy year this year. And he's got to probably go back to work at least part-time starting in October. And the bad thing I don't like about that is they're not requiring people to be vaccinated. So, but we've done all we can do. We've each had now 5 vaccinations for COVID. So we've done our bit and we'll see, just try to be smart about things. And we don't want the flu. So we got the flu shot too. All right, everybody, you are the very best. Oh, I got some things coming in. Like I got a new light set for my sewing machine. So I'm looking forward to putting that on. And I've been making some beads. Yesterday I came home so tired and I said, I could make beads because you can sit in the recliner and with the TV on and relax and make beads. So I'll show you everything I made Sunday. So anyway, I'll give you a sneak hint. My yarn came in for all of us closet crocheters. I am going to really learn how to read a crochet pattern. And that is going to be my new big thing that I'm going to do. And I'm so excited. So I'll show you all of that. The little things I bought. I'll show you that Sunday. All right. Take good care, Miss Jody. Just take such good care of yourself. And you've come so far. And I'm looking forward to us all being able to relax with you, to take that deep breath and say, she's done with treatment. And we love you so much, sweetheart. We love all of you and Miss Danielle over in France, my new best friend. So all of you take such good care. I hope Miss Carol feels better. Miss Mary makes me smile all the time. And just know that all of you are treasures in my heart. Okay? Well, let me come back and see if there was any other comment. I left Miss Mary's cute picture up and I couldn't see. Oh, y'all are the best. Michelle the Quilter, thank you for being here. And Laura was here. It is so good. Michelle Lang was here. Y'all are just wonderful. Charlene Piper, thank goodness she was here. Please send me your photos at ourtimetoquilt@twc.com. And I'll show them Sunday for our show and tell. Okay, everybody? Well, y'all take good care. And, Minnie's here too. Yay! I hadn't seen that. Let me tell you, I feel terrible when I watch the video later and see there was somebody I didn't say hi to. So I'm so excited that I got to see Minnie's name too. That's wonderful. Well, y'all are the best. And do something really good for yourself tomorrow. Do something really good. Whether it's reading a book, whether it's making some cinnamon raisin bread you've been wanting to make, whether it's taking a hot bath, do something just for you. You deserve it. All right, guys, I will see you Sunday. Oh, Miss Betty. Can't forget Miss Betty. I love seeing Miss Betty here. All right, everybody, take good care. See you Sunday. Bye-bye.